I would say it's a good question because it's not for everybody. I don't feel it's for everybody. I feel it's a very powerful medicine. It's a medicine that is a tertiary medicine. In other words, it's like going to university. And in order to go to university, you need to have done a certain amount of schooling. You need to have gone to primary school, secondary school, and then you're ready to deal with the kind of work that you'll be doing at university. And the shamans literally call the medicine the university. They say, you have your books, your libraries, your university. This is our university. And indeed may they say so, because it's a holographic library. It opens up the Akashic records. It opens up the phylogenetic memories stored in the DNA, so that enormous amounts of information can be imparted from the medicine. And that's where she opens up as a teacher. First, she's a cleanser and a healer. Secondly, she opens up as a teacher. And she can open up the world of plants, the telluric world of minerals, the world of animals, of human beings, the galactic worlds. Multi-dimensional information can come through this medicine if one is ready. But one needs to prepare oneself. One needs to cleanse oneself first before she opens up as a teacher. So first and foremost, she heals by cleansing. Cleansing the body, the mind, and cleansing the spirit. So, you know, in conclusion, I would say people need to have done some work upon themselves in order to approach this medicine. You need to understand that you create your own reality moment by moment, and that you're prepared to take full responsibility for who you are. If you can do that, then you're ready for the medicine. If you're not prepared to do that, or willing or able to do that, then it's best to do some other modality first before approaching the medicine. Wow. That's a big question. I am so indebted to the spirit of these plants, the spirits that work through these plants, because I owe what I would call my awakening to these plants. It's almost as if before the plants was just a preparation for me. And I love my life, every aspect of it. It's been a joy. But I see that the first part of my life, up until I found this medicine, was a bit of a playground. I was learning about things. I was working as, you know, I did an honors degree in psychology, so I was really interested in those worlds, worked as a therapist for some period of time. I then became an actor and worked in theatre, doing classical and modern plays, and later I worked in film and television. And also, I have a great love for music. So a lot of my life was spent exploring music and writing songs and performing. But when I found the medicine, it seemed as if all these strands of my life came together under one umbrella. It's like it was my playground and my educational to do the work that I do with the medicine, because the medicine woke me up in a way that I was able to use these tools that I developed to work in the service of healing and transformation. The plant is an extraordinary tool for transformation, and for the transformation of consciousness, for healing, and for dissolving the veils of separation. Many people become entranced by the visionary aspects of the tea, and at first, certainly, that takes up a lot of your attention. But after a while, when you become, in a way, used to that topography, the more subtle aspects of the medicine become much more important and more apparent. And those more subtle aspects, as I say, the reconnection to all living things, to the awareness that Gaia is a multi-dimensional, interpenetrating complex of one enormous life form, of which we are all a part. And we as human beings are just walking, talking, thinking aspects of that one energy. So that awareness to me is ultimately healing and awakening. With that awareness, I believe that humanity can step into a whole new era and way of being. And I believe that that's the role that the medicine is playing, particularly in the West at this time. It's opening people up to that sense of unity and dissolving the veils of illusion and separation. In all the great shamanic traditions, sound, song, and music has been the way to invoke the spirits, as a way of invoking the invisible worlds. And in these shamanic traditions, whether it's the Siberian, the Mongolian, the Red Indian, the Aboriginal, the Polynesian, or, all of the old traditions, they all say that this physical world that we exist in is just a shadow, a reflection of that other world, what they call the world of the spirits, which we in the West refer to as the astral planes. To me, it happens there first, then filters down into this more dense reality. And so this medicine seems to be opening up an awareness of this multi-dimensional nature of our consciousness and of our being, to embrace those invisible worlds where we in the West have been blinkered, have been inured, have been blocked through our mind, by the predominance of our mind, from experiencing these worlds that the ancient shamanic traditions experienced on the Natch. So we're being rebirthed into that awareness through the medicine and through many other modalities that are doing the same work at this time. So music is a great tool, is the greatest tool. Sound, light. Sound and light are the vibrational keys and tools to navigate through these terrains and topographies. So during the session, I use sound as a navigator, as a way to guide, as a way to find my way home to those parts of the astral that I like to take my tribe into. So the songs are like the pathways, the song lines, literally. These are like the pathways into certain realms of the astral planes where healing can occur. And you have to remember that the astral plane is a multi-layered topography. And there are some parts that are very light and celestial and some parts that are very dense and demonic. So in order to come to those places where healing can occur, we use sound and song to deliver people into those realms. To me it's very clear. Ayahuasca's gift to the world at this time is one of awakening, is one of flowering. It's the flowering of human consciousness. It's the greatest birthday gift that one could ever possibly imagine for the human race. It's something totally unprecedented in our history. It's something that is utterly discontinuous from the past and not measured by the past. It is a new quantum leap into something totally new, something different. And ayahuasca, I feel, is here to facilitate through the, at least let's say, the spirits that work through ayahuasca, the entities, the beings, the intelligence that works through these plants, in my view, are here to awaken consciousness, to awaken us to our birthright, to awaken us to that which is our divine right, something that has been dormant, that has been sleeping. Quite physically, if you look at it in the physical terms, ayahuasca is opening up the frontal lobes of the brain, whereas up till now in our history we've lived in the parietal lobes, the midbrain, and some people still live in the reptilian brain, which is all about, dog eat dog, competition, separation, hierarchy. The frontal lobes is about unity consciousness. And people have done biofeedback exercises now and then show that through meditation and through the ingestion of sacred plants and through various other agencies, these frontal lobes are being opened up as an evolutionary key to our next step in the evolution of our consciousness. Participating in these technologies, with the technologies of the sacred plants, requires great respect and one needs to come with a very humble and a very prepared manner. These are not tools to be trifled with or to be played with. They are not recreational activities or tools. It's not like taking ecstasy or smoking a joint or having a casual drink. If you approach it in this way, you'll be